Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen and welcome back to a monthly freezer meal prep. Today we're going to be doing some odds and ends and some breakfast prep. I'm really excited about some of these recipes. They turned out absolutely amazing. I also wanted to mention that Skillshare is sponsoring today's video, so stay tuned for that. Here after a while I will tell you a little more about that. So the first thing that I did was make some coconut milk ice cubes, and I used these little chocolate molds. I thought that they were a great size to go into some smoothie packs that I make a little later on in the video, and I completely forgot to do this, but I would have put in some stevia and some vanilla into the coconut milk if I would have remembered, but I forgot, so I'll just have to throw those into the blender when I make the smoothie packs up. Next, I went ahead and put a pound of sausage into the frying pan and kind of chopped it up for one of my egg bakes that I'll be making. And I also cut up some of these little sweet peppers. I love these things, and I feel like my daughters eat them a little bit better because the skin isn't quite as tough as a large bell pepper, and they're just so tasty and sweet. And I just chopped them up really small. So I have been on a major feta kick. If you love feta cheese a lot too, let me know in the comments. But I wanted to make a sausage, feta, and bell pepper egg bake. I just felt like that combination would be really, really delicious. So that is what I'm prepping all of this stuff for. And like I said, my daughters and I really love these baby peppers. In fact, they will eat these even raw with a little bit of a ranch. I cut up an onion to go into this as well, and I diced it really, really fine so it would kind of hide in the egg bake and my daughters couldn't pick them out. Then I pulled off the sausage. I did dump out some of the sausage grease, but I left a little bit in the pan just to kind of give the peppers and onions some flavor. Alright, so I shared this, I think, in one of my last preps, and some of you were completely shocked and didn't know you could do this. So you can fry a whole pack of bacon in your air fryer. All you have to do is just lay the bacon one way and then switch the directions you're laying it. And all of the grease and splatter is all contained inside of the air fryer. I love making bacon this way, so it's normally how I make it. And then while the bacon was being made, I shredded up some cheddar cheese because the other egg bake I wanted to make into a bacon and cheddar egg bake, and I wanted to top it with some of these green onions, so I pulled them out. I feel like I forget about them a lot of the time, and then I find a recipe that uses them, and then I want to use them on everything. They're just so tasty and make the dish look a little extra special. Then I took a dishes break. I don't film these, but I thought I would insert this in here. I try to do this throughout my prepping so that when I'm done, I don't have a huge mess left at the end. Once the bacon was done, I just went ahead and chopped it up. Prepping. So I laid out 2 large cookie sheets and I sprayed them down, and actually I ran out of spray later on, so I had to switch to the paper towel and putting oil in, but that's fine. So then I dumped my toppings in. I don't know if they would be called toppings, but my extras into my egg bakes. So I did the peppers and onions and then the feta cheese and the sausage on one side, and then on the other side I went ahead and used my shredded cheddar and the bacon bits that I had chopped up. And I don't know about you all, I know I mention this a lot, but I love shredding my own cheese. I feel like it melts so much better and it just is so much more tasty. Then it was time to do all of the eggs, and for each of these sheets I did 24 eggs this time around. I feel like it's just the perfect amount. Sometimes I adjust it a little bit depending on how much filling or toppings I put inside of the egg bake. And this time I did some different things. I added some whole milk and some sour cream. I saw this idea on Pinterest and it did make the eggs a lot fluffier, but of course you may not want to do that if you are trying to stick with dairy free. I also put some salt and pepper in as well. And then for the second pan, I just kind of did them separately so I could manage and know exactly how much I was pouring into each pan. So the second pan, I just repeated the same steps. I did 24 eggs, I did a cup of milk, and a cup of sour cream with salt and pepper. Also, I did not film it, but it was quite a task to carry those to the oven and get them in without dumping them, which I did manage. Okay, so this is something that literally for months I've been wanting to do, and I finally came up with the recipe that I felt would work the best, and that is to do a strawberry baked oatmeal. In fact, my daughters have been asking for it. We love strawberry, and they wanted a strawberry baked oatmeal. So I did find this recipe on Pinterest. However, I did tweak it. I will leave the link below where all the other recipes are, but I added in some actual strawberry flavoring. I found it at Walmart. I think it calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So I did do the vanilla extract, and then I also added 2 teaspoons of strawberry flavoring. In fact, next time I could even maybe do 3. It seems to be kind of a light flavor. And then the other thing too is there was no sugar that went into this. It was just the maple syrup, which I felt added even more flavor. So it was kind of this strawberry maple deliciousness. I think we all agreed that this was the best baked oatmeal I have ever made. The consistency was excellent. And then I also wanted to bake them up into individual containers, so I used some of my glass containers. Just to make these extra pretty and fun to eat, I decided to slice all of the strawberries and then place them on the tops of each of the mini baked oatmeals. I could have diced them and thrown them in and mixed them around, but again, I just thought it would be prettier this way and that we would have more fun eating them this way. I will try to see if these containers are in stock. I know you guys have sold them out just because I use them so often, but they have these pretty green lids and they do work great in the oven. I actually like to make things in these because I don't have a microwave and I use my air fryer a lot, so I love being able to take something out of the freezer and stick it right in the air fryer, since it doesn't matter if you put metal or glass into the air fryer.